Hey everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift. I'm Deepshika Mehra. I am a transformative and empowerment life coach. Today we have with us somebody who has transitioned and how, and we're going to have her over and tell us her story. This is Alpita Shah. I know we're coming after a very, very long time, and we've had so many requests telling us that you must keep this page alive because these are inspiring stories of people who have made their paradigm shifts, made their mindset growth, have grown, have had their transition. And so let's invite her over. Hi, Allison. Let me just have okay, you go live. Supported joined, okay. Thank you, Allison. Motivation always helps. Except the internet is acting so crazy. I think it's because of all the raids in Mumbai. Okay. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Alpita.
Hi.
Finally. Finally.
Yes.
Okay, so we've been planning this for a very, very long time,
Yeah.
and finally we have Alpita, and we've had to cancel because of Alpita's travels and my studies and everything. But here we are today, finally talking to each other and to all of you. Alpita is one of my classmates, and she has a fabulous story to tell us about her youth, her studies, her moving from the US, her fight with her health, and how she's transitioned and her business. So let's hear it from you. So Alpita, would you like to, let's start with your youth, your childhood. How was it? And you were an athlete and it was all about discipline and working out
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah,
Tell.
absolutely. Thanks. And thanks so much, Deepshika, for having me. And, we've been trying to do this for so long and glad we're here. So thanks for everyone who's joined today as well. When I was growing up, I ball. But while I was growing up, I felt that, sports gave me discipline. And not only discipline, but a sense of ongoing resilience. It's not only about medals, it's about how you take the defeat. Once you take the defeat, you how you stand up and you overcome that. So that willpower, that every moment, how you overcome the previous moment and then going ahead. So I think that in itself builds you as a strong person, and that's what's part of it has shaped me today. Yeah. So.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
tell our audience what were the sports that you were in. Since we've had a fabulous cricket match last night. What tell us about what sports were you into?
So I basically swam for the state, for Maharashtra state. I swam, and then um, uh, I did badminton, swimming, tennis. Whatever I could lay my hands on, like table tennis. Like while growing up, we would be like, okay, 4 o'clock we come back from school, 4:30 we have to be at the club, and whatever sports we can lay our hands on, sare karne.
Awesome,
What we have to do it
awesome.
all.
That is so cool. That is so cool. That is
Yeah.
very few people can do that. So you are probably blessed with those gross motor skills, and you have done such a great job. Fabulous. Okay, so then tell us about growing up, about school, or when did you move to the US? Tell us a little bit about the journey.
So I was born in the US, and then I came to India when I was very young. My dad's a doctor, so he wanted to bring CT scan to India. And it was I was seeing an entrepreneurial journey right from the onset. Like I was two, and I'm seeing entrepreneurs in the house. My mom's a dietitian, so she was carving her own journey into building for herself. So, given that before 8 years of age, I was more like a really good student, best student my teachers could have, always taking part in everything. So, like that cute, always taking part in dance, taking part in this and that. So, and then, as we become teens, we realize that, we have to have a little bit of rebel without a cause.
Rebecca.
Not a cause. I used to be, that little rebellious. So wasn't my teacher's favorite at that point. So, and then eventually, but I figured it out, and then I went to a med school, did my BSc, went to USA, did my MBA, and thereon built my journey from there on. So it's been excellent. I had great support from my parents for everything that I did,
Okay.
because they shifted from US to India, so they also had a more open-minded, like otherwise my peers, they would be not doing sports just because of the fact that eventually you have to get married. Why are you doing sports? You should be singing, you should be dancing. Why? you know so they were not given that opportunity or ability to do as much, I feel, as when I was growing up. So
Okay. So, you moved between two countries, America and India. So, what were the differences? What were the similarities? And what were your takeaways between these two
So
countries?
when I was in the US, I built a journey where I had two ventures, sold it, brought one to India, and then I expanded that one. It was called PsychOnline. The previous two was called one was called RadiServe, and the other one is Advanced Telemed. I'm still an advisor at Advanced Telemed Services. So it is definitely, there are a lot of challenges once you transition from US to India. It's every few years, every country keeps changing, so it's very difficult to you have to make things adapt according to what you need. So I think adaptability was the main thing that kept me going, because you have to be dealing with diverse cultures, not only in India but in the US also. So when we're problem solving in our MBA class, or in as a team at work, we have so many different perspectives. Everyone has so many different values. So, helping incorporate and working as a team in those situations, I think, is very important, to be cognizant about that somebody has a different perspective. So, bringing all that together and driving the vision of the company, that I think is was very imperative to keep it going, and making it more inclusive. So, even though we are from diverse backgrounds, diverse values, I think the key thing here is to be adaptable, to whatever situation you're in.
Absolutely. So well said. So, tell me about the big elephant in the room, which has now been pushed out, which is your thyroid cancer. When did this happen? Why did this happen? How did you know? Because there are times when people don't realize that, oh, sar dardi ho raha hoga, ya, oh, it's just a cough or whatever. So tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so I got papillary carcinoma stage 1 thyroid cancer, and 2019 it was detected. The reason um, I found out was I took my daughter swimming, and I see a little lump here on the side, and I'm like, what is this? It's protruding, doesn't look normal. And then I go next day, get a biopsy done, and it's positive. So We did surgery, we got it removed, and I didn't have to take chemotherapy, which is I'm blessed and grateful to, but because there are a lot of side effects for chemo. But before that, if you see my entrepreneurial journey, I would say I would have very late nights. I would work during US hours, different hours, and then I would sleep very less. So I think, during that, I learned that, it is very important that we sleep well. We have fixed hours. Your body needs a certain rhythm, a circadian rhythm that it's called, that we need. So that sleep was very important. Making sure we listen to the body, like, take a breather, stop, listen to the body that, like, look, we sometimes need that downtime. It's okay. And, even being at work, um, I never used to take that amount of time to myself. Even when I'm with my kids, I used to be like, oh, let me just get this phone call and I'll get back to you in the game. I was never 100% present. So I think all those factors together that, not being able to, I would say led to the unfortunate cancer, that lack of sleep, lack of giving my body 100%, and overdoing things. I think that's what, led to. But even then, whenever I went to my endocrinologist or other doctors, they were like, kids are 5 years old also come up with thyroid cancer. So there's no reason to beat yourself up so hard because, it can happen to anybody. So it's okay that you got it. We got it out of the way. It's under control. So it's more important what you learn from here, what you learn ahead, and how you come across and, how you go forward from here.
Absolutely, like you just said that what you just said, circadian cycles, which is our dinacharya in our yoga Ayurveda, sleeping on time and, move with the sun, get up with the sunrise, sleep, or, make it downtime when the sun goes down, take breaks, our work culture has become that we're sitting in one place all the time and your blood is pooling in. Uh, when you spoke about stress, you spoke about work, kids, and so much of, you were in continuous stress. So here, there was this thing that I did with a group session where we told the people that earlier during evolution the fight and flight mode was just when you saw a lion or a tiger, big danger, flight, run, small danger, fight. Here, from the time you get up, oh, the maid's not coming, or the internet's not coming, like we were just struggling with
Yeah,
our
yeah.
internet and all. Every time our cortisol, our amygdala is in overdrive, our cortisol is going like fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. So cancer is something that is, I mean, it's so common these days, like as if, every other person is talking about having cancer at some point in time. So,
One in three people now. It's
oh my God. Oh my God. That is a crazy number. Okay. So, uh, that was good that, you said you were lucky that you did not have this. And when, it's funny when you talk about motherhood, I know we were in class together and you used to be so zoned out, you were trying to keep, just like you said, your sleep, you were trying to keep your focus on what was being taught, on your kids and your work. You were multitasking and how. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, when did you kind of get out of cancer, get into your work mode and the study mode? What led you to these things? What led to the paradigm shift in your life?
So essentially, I saw that I was working too much. I needed to pause and rethink what exactly life means to me. It's not actually getting into boardrooms or getting into client meetings is, success. It's actually when you are in that moment, you pause and you take that moment, that is actually success. So when we're 100%, taking that time for ourselves, taking the time for the other person that we're talking to, deeply listening. I think that in itself is a success because, we are giving that full moment to that person and, to ourselves. So I think that in itself is recovery and feeling that moment that, where is this what do we want to feel each day? Asking ourselves each moment, so journaling and writing down actually what do you want to feel each day, so and then also writing down your priorities, what is important to you. So I think that in itself helped me change over a period of time, and that's when I realized that I want to do mental health counseling. That's where I met you guys also, and other folks in the team, wonderful folks. So much to learn from.
That's so cool. So tell me about motherhood. Motherhood happened, and how has motherhood been? How has the
But
journey been?
it's been a wonderful journey. God bless, I have two wonderful kids. One is 15 and 11, and they both super bright and they're doing well in their journeys. It's it's definitely taught me a lot of patience, like a lot of given me a lot of like uh, I where you're basically cutting down your priorities, you're assigning your priorities to somebody, and in a way, uh, role modeling, what could be their future. So I think we're building the next generation in a sense when we are becoming mothers. So it is quite a heavy responsibility. Like, if you see Sadhguru's talks or you see somebody, one of those, they always talk about, there shouldn't be any guilt in not working or reducing the amount of work that we're doing because, we're building the next generation. So it depends how mentally strong they become,
Yeah,
and then you can go back to doing some work or, whatever the your family demands are, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. You've so well said. I was interviewing. I remember the CMD. SCI, and she was like we were talking about this motherhood as well as how work life balance with kids and everything. And there we discussed this, that what the generation is doing right now is they're delaying marriage and motherhood so late. So when you really reach, thankfully you've had your own businesses, so you didn't have anybody to answer. In corporates, when you reach a stage where you're up for promotions and you're going to be vice president and president, and then people, all the other gender is like saying that, oh, now she's going to go get married and have kids, and so your promotion kind of gets delayed or you're not considered for that. So
Yeah,
here it would kind of make sense to, I mean, everybody to its own, and destiny is the biggest thing. Everybody has their own different timelines. So it's like, when if you get married and have motherhood, if you wish to, otherwise you can completely skip that. So so you have that uh, in time. So nobody really misses you when you're a young mother with like baby puke on your t-shirt, on your shirt, or you're taking off,
or
running
pee
away,
all over.
pee all over, or or running, going out for PTA meets or whatever that is when you're younger, so that your kids are old enough when you're actually being considered uh, for the bigger promotions or the bigger posts. And I was like, so true, this is so true. It's if you want to do it, let's do it right. Or but yeah, everybody to its own.
There's
So
no right time, like you're saying. There's no
there's
particular, to do
yes,
it.
absolutely, yeah. So tell me about your businesses, Doc Mantra and PsychOnline. What were they about, and how did you kind of develop these things? And I mean, I know we've been speaking about them
Yeah.
for such a long time, and they were such great things. Tell me how you kind of develop both these businesses.
So we started PsychOnline in 2015 in the US, and we basically made it so that it would be easy for mental health counselors, therapists, psychiatrists to see their patients. That was our goal, to reduce burnout and to increase productivity. So essentially, the intake forms, the insurance cards, the video conferencing, note taking, everything would be all included in that. And everyone would ask us, why is this product not in India? So we brought that product to India. We customized it according to the Indian market, and then we started introducing it to folks over here. During that journey, like about, I would say 5, 6 years ago, while I was talking to psychiatrists and therapists, I was like, oh wow, this clinical side sounds so good because you're actually able to give back to the environment. You're able to give back to people. So I started with University of Utah, where I did my anxiety and depression certification and became a counselor there. Then I did many more certifications in Mumbai, and developed my journey from there, from counseling to CBT, sex therapy, just REBT, all of it. So it's been a great journey. I've seen so many people all through my journey that it's very, very giving to give back to, and I've helped reduce stress and anger, disappointment with many, many folks, and it's been a journey, taking out people from their suicide mode to just regular lives. So just thankful
Abs-
that yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. And tell us about a little bit about Doc Mantra.
So Doc Mantra, we sold it last year, last September 2024, and since then I've just been seeing people all the time to help them in their um, regular day-to-day lives. It could be a dentist. More and more, I'm seeing teens and parents of teens, so that it can help them through the journeys. A lot of pressures these days, given social media,
Absolutely.
the junk food of social life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So social media is the junk food of social life, is well said by Dr. Arthur in one of his books. Yeah.
You're so true when you say that social media is like absolutely corrupting the young minds. Forget the young minds, even the our minds or the older folks. I mean, you are absolutely barraged with so much of information, and it's absolutely, you don't know. I just did a post a couple of days ago saying that, are you a scroller or a doer? Because while you're scrolling, you think that you have kind of, done your mental health, mental well-being uh, part of the day. You've done your journaling. You see a journaling post, or you see a dance post, or you see a motivating talk, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm done for the day.
And
Actually, what you've really done at the end of the day is you have really just spent another hour just scrolling, and you've not done anything. So uh, absolutely, I mean, what you're saying is so true. And when you say that the teenagers have to be kind of guided, because I remember, Alpita, even you would go back into your childhood, and you would know that if you had just that one person who would kind of say that it's okay to be not okay, or it's okay to be, you are absolutely looking fine. I mean, I have people telling me now, I had really short hair, Alpita, and I used to think that I used to love people with long hair, and my mother used to keep them short because she was a working woman. So she thought it was less maintenance and less, problems in
yeah,
what
to
getting, yeah,
combing and
combing
detangling.
and detangling, and we didn't have conditioners back then, and then braiding and all of that. And I remember, so I always envied people who had long hair and braids and everything, and I have had school friends telling me the complete opposite. We loved your short hair. You were like the epitome of freedom. You would like just put a red hairband just when the checking was going on, those monitors would stand there and everything. And then after that, your headband would be here, and you would be just, doing this and this and this. And here we were with that oiled braid, two plaits of
Plan.
braid. So I was like, Acha, why didn't you tell me that? I mean, so I think uh, kids these days, yes, there is pressure, but kids these days I've had clients, Alpita, who have reached out to their parents and said straight off that, okay, we need therapy, you know, and we need somebody to talk to, and we can't talk to you, so we'd like to speak to somebody else. So I think, and I remember my kids telling me something like that, oh, their friends are needing therapy and all. And I said, therapy? Why? She seems absolutely okay. So even back then, like I'm talking about 10 years back, it was a taboo, and now we're
Yeah.
trying to break the stigma. We're trying to break the taboo that therapy is not when you have a mental health issue. It could just be a suppressed emotion that is getting triggered at different times in your life, and which aspect of your life. So tell us anything that comes to your mind, any message that you would like to give to our audience about the paradigm shift that you've had, or things that you have kind of healed, how you have healed, or about the transitions that you've made in your life.
So I think the biggest lesson I have learned that innovation is not that important. It's basically how you make the other person feel, or how the other, how people, when they feel cared for. Basically that's each and every person wants to be cared for. So that's, I think, the biggest takeaway, that how we settle ourselves in that moment. We're not overwhelmed with our emotions. And then we can actually look at the other person. Because if we are overwhelmed, we cannot actually be caring for other people. So,
100%.
giving yourself that time. It could be every hour, just taking two deep breaths and calming yourself down and take a moment. Okay, now let's move on. Or even I did a breath workshop recently where, she was talking about the vagus nerve and how we can calm the vagus nerve. It could be just like doing hums. Like you get in the car, you're in traffic, and you do, take a deep breath. So like a
I was
brahmi.
doing that. I was doing that when we couldn't get online, and the internet was acting so funny. And the only thing that kept coming to my head is like, chill, chill, amygdala, chill. It's okay. Don't release that
Don't freak out.
cortisol.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest takeaway. If we calm ourselves down, then we can care for the other person, and we can look interested. So I think very, very important to
Alison,
just
I'm so
chill.
happy that you're
Just
here, Alison. That's my school friend from. You're my classmate from the psychological department. She's my classmate from my Baroda school.
Oh, you went to Baroda, huh? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. My mom went to Masters of Dietetics in Baroda.
Oh, awesome! How cool is that? How cool.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. So Alison is still in Baroda?
No, no, she's in Bombay. She's very close. We're going to meet up soon.
Ah, like you
Okay.
keep promising me, hopefully.
Same, same.
I say,
Alison is going to say, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and not
What to
not
do?
meet.
What to do? I mean, that's what I'm saying, that, forget just the internet. At any given point, there are 3 to 4 courses going on. There are some books. Yes, keeps promising. Alison goes. So at every given point, there are some books that you have to do. There are some assignments. There are your corporate trainings, your one-to-ones are happening. Then you have a house full of people. So something's happening. And this cold will just not go. The stuffy nose will not go. I don't know what's happening to the Bombay weather. It's beautiful, actually. I'm not complaining about the weather.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. It's
beautiful.
so hot. Nirav went to Jammu and he was like complaining it's so hot. So I think we're blessed with good weather. So we should just not like wait for the rains to go.
I know, seriously, absolutely. Alison, No appointment for 3 to 6 months. Please, please, let's meet up soon. We will meet up big this week.
Oh, Alison, the next Instagram live will be you. I'll attend.
Alison has already been on the paradigm shift,
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I
I
will
need to
send you
catch
that
up.
link.
I have to catch up. I have to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah. Alpita, this has been such a great talk, and I have seen you transition because I know, like I just spoke about, the times that you would zone out and you would think about, you know, okay, my domestic help or my kids or my work or my everything, and and how you would try to focus on the stuff that you were studying, and here you are today, absolutely with that shift in your mind, so confident, and running your own page, which we'll of course tag once we post this live, Safe Strong Supported. And I wish you all the best in your venture. And the way you said that, I want to give back to the community and I want to reach out to as many people as I want. What anything else that you would like to tell our audience?
So one thing that I'd like to, a key giveaway is like, to always walk away with courage. It will be very important to walk away with courage and to believe that healing is possible. So to create a balance between, work, your, your presence, and to avoid that pressure as much as possible. So, would be, hey, Anu. And thanks, Alison. Would love to meet you too. So, yeah, I think life is not about being perfect. I've been a perfectionist all the time. I have to keep reminding myself that it's okay
I
when
know
things
that.
when things are not okay. I have to remind myself it's okay. If things are 20 seconds later. You
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, I think.
We, I think we all learn. It's our journey to learn, and everybody, like you said, everybody's timeline is different. Everybody learns how to deal with things and all that. Yes. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Similar, it's not about being perfect, but it's about being present, like being there 100%. And just observing and 80% is just listening. I think deeply listening really takes us a long way. If it's building your teams, if it's building your family, all of it is just mainly listening, then that just is uh, you know
Absolutely, absolutely. That is so well said. Is there anything that you would like to add, and anything that I have not covered, be it your childhood or be it your health or motherhood or work? If there's anything that you would, any anecdote that comes to your mind that you would like to say, or some paradigm shift that you've had, and you'd like to share with the audience, I would love for you to share that.
So no, just I feel like success gave me growth, but it did not give me that peace. So it is very important to have that peace every moment, every hour. I realize, achievement cannot happen without alignment. So you have to be aligned with what you're doing every day, every moment. And that's when I understood that success is just not about making money or getting into boardrooms. It's about, scaling yourself as a person to the type of person that you become. And the type of person you can become is only when you give yourself that amount of time. So very important to give ourselves that amount of time, at least 3 times a day, journaling, writing what is important. One easy method of journaling, which I believe in Dr. Arthur, he's a happiness coach at Harvard University, that that you can write 5 gratitude things as a family on Sunday night and then go
Wow.
revisit it the following Sunday night. So, that's so doable. If you can't journal every day, but you can do it every Friday night, every Sunday night, and then go revisit that how was it during the week, and as a family, go do that. And taking that amount of silence whenever you can. So very crucial.
Absolutely. So Alison says, wouldn't you say that perfectionism and the mindset sometimes leads to environment conducive to cancer? I think absolutely 100%.
It does, it does. It definitely leads to that. So I grew up in a high pressure environment where my family was full of doctors, so there is no room for error.
Okay.
And then I got into jobs where, like where the turnaround time for delivery was like 12, 14 minutes because patients were waiting and, the families are waiting and there would be stroke protocols. So it's just that, we got into like a one, two, three kind of organization. And now that I've slowed down, I definitely feel that, I'm more accepting to every situation. So I think it's very important to accept, whichever situation is you're in. So, just my daughter would say that, I would tell her, no, we don't want to do it this way. We should do it this way. So she
Yeah.
would be like, no, I have another approach. So just accepting that, I go that route. Yeah. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, okay. So everybody that has joined from Safe Strong Supported, please follow the paradigm shift for uh, inspiring stories like this one, where people have had those paradigm shifts for the betterment of self and the society. And everybody that is joining from the paradigm shift, please go and follow Safe Strong Supported. We will be collaborating right after we upload this reel. So it'll be easier for you. And I'm so happy that we did this interview, and it was really really nice, and it was actually as if we were just sitting, and it was still the last minute, the times, the promo, the poster and everything, and I just thought, oh my god, I am going to make this happen today. It has to happen no matter what. But
Yeah.
I'm happy that it did, and I'm so happy that you are in this happy space, safe, strong, supported, and powerful, and a different person from what I knew in the last 5 years. I think we all started studying in COVID. So
2020,
yeah.
yeah. Oh my, it's been 5 years.
Yeah. So everybody who was in COVID either became a baker or started studying something. So, but all the bakers, I know that all the bakers just went back to their day jobs. So I think people who studied were better off.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
Okay.
I
No,
Thank you so much for Deepshika for having me and all of you all who attended to take out the time and to give it to us, and to be present. So I really appreciate you all being here and thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Yes.
thank you, everybody. Bye bye. See you. Take care. Take care. Bye, Alpita. All
Bye.
the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.